Hello, Lev AI, and welcome to our very first corporate-owned webcast this evening. We are excited to share with you some updates about the business. Man, we made a lot of progress since we last talked. I was invited to join on Randy Schrader's webcast a week ago, and we promised to provide updates. We have gotten a lot accomplished in the last week. So if you're brand new, I would like to welcome you to Lev AI. I can't wait to explain a little bit about it to each and every one of you. If you've been with us before, I can't wait for you to hear the updates. We are on a great track. The future is in your hands, everybody. We're going to explain a little bit about that tonight. We are rolling out a tool that is going to massively, massively impact small businesses, every single entrepreneur, every single private contractor, agents, influencers, affiliates. We have got a tool that can completely change their business, and it creates an opportunity for you to deliver it to them and start a brand new income stream for yourself. Everybody, my name is Blake Schrader. I am the president of Lev AI. I've got 18 years of social commerce experience. I've built companies internationally all over the world, from Europe to North America to Latin America to Russia to all the stands, Southeast Asia, Japan, and I could not be more excited right now. The reason why, we're starting a global company. We'll talk about timeframes here at the end of the webcast. A global company, and for the first time, we're not going to have to worry about shipping products around the world and all the complexities that comes with that. We are going to start a global seamless business. I'm excited to share some of the details with you. Everybody, we are in a massively, massively profound and exciting space. Here's a picture of Mr. Pichai. He's the CEO of Google. He says AI is more profound than fire or electricity or anything we've done in the past. Can you imagine that? CEO of Google, pretty influential voice in the tech space. Mr. Hazabis, the head of DeepMind. The difference here with AIs is going to be 10 times bigger than the Industrial Revolution and maybe 10 times faster. Man, I'll tell you what, the fast aspect is absolutely true. You're going to find this is a space that is evolving, not only daily, but hourly. It is evolving so fast. And I'm excited for our company to be on the forefront of that, for Lev AI to be on the forefront of that. We'll talk about our product, but we're specifically going to focus in on entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, sidepreneurs, private business people, and build you a tool that can massively, massively help your business. Everybody, AI is here and it's here to stay. There's all kinds of misconceptions about it and misunderstandings about it. Here's what I know. I've been fortunate in my career to be on the leading edge of two products. The first time around, I was part of a company that launched acai to the world. No one had ever heard about it in this country before. And we grew an explosive company because we brought something new and interesting to the marketplace. I was fortunate again to be on the forefront of another product company, and it just grew so incredibly well. Here we are with AI. 61% of marketers already are using AI, but I'm going to tell you something. A lot of them are frustrated, and the tools, they're disconjointed. They don't come together. We're going to deliver a full package to everyone in Lev AI that you can use without going anywhere else. I'm not saying there's not other good tools out there. What I am saying is you're going to have a hub of tools inside of Lev AI that's going to be able to manage your business and scale it throughout the globe, suited perfectly for direct sellers, affiliates, influencers, perfect for the kinds of businesses that we've been involved in. 38% of people using AI say they have an increase in sales productivity. I think we're going to blow that number away. I can't wait to see some of the results here in Lev AI. I'm even more excited to hear about the results of your customers. I think you're going to have some amazing customer experiences in this company as you talk to people who run businesses, whether they're online marketing businesses or whether they're agents of some kind. I think you can massively help them grow their business. 80% of entrepreneurs say AI gives them a competitive edge. I'm going to say that number is just going to go up with Lev AI. We're going to make it simple for entrepreneurs to launch markets, grow businesses, scale businesses, no expensive CMOs, no agency, no complicated tech skills required. I can't wait for you to see some of the tools that we have got coming. Okay, we're going to solve many, many problems here with Lev AI. Many problems that have persisted in the direct selling community almost since its inception. Um, we're going to get rid of complex, costly, fragmented marketing tools, tech intimidation and burnout, poor lead generation, and customer retention. We're going to have a clear guide on how to grow your audiences. As I think about direct selling, and as I've talked to thousands of people over the span of my career who are out there, in a country that maybe is far away from here or a state that's far away from here, and I talk to them about their business and about growing their business, and I seem to hear some of the same struggles all the time. Blake, I've ran out of people to talk to. I can't wait for some of you who I've talked with in the past who maybe have said that to me. This tool is going to help you to never ever have to say, I ran out of people to talk to again. It is perhaps the most powerful prospecting tool that I've ever come across in my 20 years in this industry. We are going to solve the next problem. Even when you do have people to talk to, our business inherently, when you're building our business, and if today's your second day in the business, you don't know exactly what to say to your brand new customer. And so we've created these tools. Lev AI has created these tools powered by artificial intelligence. They're going to help you to grow and maintain a candidate list. And then they're going to help you to know exactly what to say at every single juncture of the customer engagement process to help you have a better conversation. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes. It helps make building and maintaining a candidate list easy. It teaches you what to say and it removes barriers that make you feel stuck. Now, I'm not sure here. We've got a lot of people on this Zoom, and I'm not sure what features have been enabled or not been enabled. But, just for fun, if you're able to see this little tool down here that says React, and if you're around the world somewhere and if you've been in this business and somebody has said to you that's on your team, oh, I just don't know who to talk to anymore, give me a thumbs up. Or if somebody says, oh, I don't know what to say, give me a thumbs up. I mean, I don't know how many of these conversations I've had. I can't tell you how happy I am right now that I'm now going to have a very specific use case for each and every one of those people that I've talked to throughout my career and help them tear down that next barrier that may be standing in front of their next very, very large success. I see all those thumbs up, everybody. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate that greatly. Okay. Our solutions. We're building out this basic tool set right here. Now, I say basic only for one reason, because it's going to be very simple for every single one of you to implement. In fact, the tools are all driven by AI, and in their essence, they're not basic at all. But the thing that we're really proud of, and we think is our competitive edge in the marketplace, and we think that you're going to love about Lev AI, is the ease of use of all of these tools. So let's get back to the first problem. The first problem was I don't have anybody else to talk to. I don't know how many of you are like me. I remember I was in college and I went to my first job. I got an internship at an insurance company, actually. And I sat down, I went and passed my test and everything so I could sell insurance. And I remember Paul was the name of my boss, and I got into the office in the conference room and he slapped down a yellow pad in front of me. And he said to me, Blake, great job. You passed the insurance test. Now the work starts. And he says, I want you to write down 100 names. And I thought, oh man, how many of you have heard that before? Write down a list of names. Man, that was like an arrow through my heart. It's the last thing I wanted to hear. I thought they were going to give me leads or something like that. But he said, write down a list of 100 names. Of course, how many of you have had the experience when you're onboarding a brand new distributor on your team and you ask them, okay, the first thing we got to do in this business is build a candidate list. My experience is a relatively small percentage of people actually do that. If you actually sat there with them and said, okay, let me see your list of 100 that you actually built, man, do you agree with me? It'd be a fairly small percentage that are actually able to get through that entire process. Lev AI is here to help. You're going to be able to use social media to create a presence and consistency and learn the skill through AI of having a contact list that always grows in front of you. Isn't that amazing? You know, I've ran companies before, and this is my third one, and I've been very, very proud of the messaging and the marketing and the mission of the company and what we were doing to change the world. And it always blows me away. Sometimes I would, get on social media to see what everybody else is saying, and I'll be blown away that other people are saying things that are completely different than it is what I thought that I messaged. Has any of that ever happened to any of you? You feel like you teach your teammate something, and then they go out and they say something that's completely different, and you're like, what the heck? Where the heck did that come from? Lev AI is going to help you to create a message. You know, it's really phenomenal. When you first log into the tool, and it's going to be a very, very simple onboarding process, everybody. But when you first log into the tool, it's going to get to know you. In about 10 minutes, it's going to get to know who you are. It's going to understand what you look like. It's going to understand how you talk. It's going to understand how you write. It's going to understand what your background is. And the AI is going to craft messages that will look and sound like you for your approval to send to customers. The other amazing thing that it does, and I'll talk about this in 1 second, but it's going to profile all of your customers, and it's going to do a personality profile for every single person that is a potential customer of yours. And it's going to teach you how to talk to that individual person. Isn't that amazing? So going back, you know, the tool powered by artificial intelligence is going to tell you how to post about your business. Now, one really cool thing about Lev AI, you can have multiple profiles in Lev AI. So you can have a profile that's going to help you build your Lev AI business, and it's going to know who your target customers are, and it's going to know what your background is, and it's going to craft ways for you to talk about that on social media that makes sense. Maybe I have another business that's an online marketing business. It's going to be a completely separate profile, and it will talk to those target customers in a totally different way, all powered by AI. Um, this is the next part is super cool. Every single one of you are going to be able to log in to your Lev AI back office and take a picture of any profile on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, whatever it might be, and just import that contact straight into your AI powered backend. How amazing is that? Now all those people are in your customer list, and it will just grow in front of you every single day. I'm sure all of you are adding new friends on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram or whatever it is. You can easily import that. Now, when you import it, here's the really cool thing. It's going to do a full-on personality profile about that potential future customer of yours. And it's going to then suggest how you might want to interact with that person. For example, if you post something, if you go back to the social media portion and you post something on a social media platform that's driven by AI, and somebody likes your post, Lev AI is going to come back to you and tell you, okay, so and so liked your post. Here's what you should do next. Okay, everybody, raise a hands. I think that's groundbreaking. How many of you think that is amazing and think that it will help people that you bring in to the business? Because now, instead of just guessing what to say or do, oh my God, somebody liked my post, it's going to point you specifically what to do based on your personality, your business, and your potential customer's business. If they make a comment, Lev AI is going to get back with you and say, oh, so and so, your potential customer made this comment. Here's how we suggest, based on their personality profile and where they are in the engagement process, what you should say to them. That's incredible. It's going to be in your voice and in your language and your writing, so you're not going to sound like somebody else on the team. I can't wait. I literally can't wait for some of you that I know. And I'm looking forward to getting to know everybody here because I don't know everybody quite yet, but I know some of you. I can't wait for some of you to get your hands on this tool because I think it's going to completely change the way that you approach this business. Okay, our next tool. This is an incredible, incredible feature, everybody. I was actually blown away when I first saw it. Believe it or not, you can build your own AI-powered instant website. It literally takes about 5 minutes. So everybody, I want you, and by the way, this is not a Lev AI replicated website. You all get one of those, okay? Those are already built. As soon as we launch the company, everybody here is going to get a Lev AI replicated website with your link where people can go and you can enroll people after they've been through some of the process that we've been talking about. We're talking about if I have an online marketing business, I can build a website for it. It takes about 5 minutes. Now, last week I was invited onto Randy's webcast. As many of you know, Randy is my dad, and I'm going to invite him on because he has actually used this tool. And, sometimes Randy can't even figure out how to use Zoom. And he built a website sitting there with me in about 5 minutes. I would love for him just to share about that scenario and how it worked and how it happened, what he thinks its impact can be on all of Lev AI's customers and distributor base. So Randy, I don't know if you're there. If you are there, if you can click on your camera and maybe share that experience. If you're not there, I'll move on and we can present it very, very quickly here in the future because we're getting very close, everybody, to being able to do product tutorials for you so you can actually see what I'm talking about. But Randy, if you're there and you can jump on, that'd be great. All right, it looks like for whatever reason he's not there. Everybody, I'm telling you, when you go build, can see how simple it is to put together a website. In fact, I'm doing it tomorrow. I've got a friend and I'm helping him to put together his business. We're going to go build his website tomorrow using the tool, and it's going to be done in about 10 minutes. He's not going to have to pay $5,000 or $10,000 to go have a website professionally built and designed for him. How amazing is that? I mean, think of the value that you can offer to your customers. Man, I'm passionate about customers. The customer always comes first. If you listen to your customers, they'll give you all their money. That's what I actually believe. That's a powerful tool. I'm going to save my customers so much money. That's something I'm going to feel awesome about. Okay, on to the next. We have an AI partner. Your AI partner is going to make sure that you stay consistent in your business at all times. So it's like I was talking about before. Imagine you're using Lev AI to craft a message that you're going to post on social media. And then imagine that once that message is crafted, people are going in and liking and commenting on some of those posts. Every single time one of those little things happen, Lev AI is going to be right there to say, okay, you should be following up with so-and-so, and here's exactly how you should do it. We call them CRMs for people that have worked for big companies before. You're going to know when people have interacted with your posts, and we're going to suggest real time how you should respond to those. And it will depend on where that particular customer sits in the engagement process, whether it's their first time looking at the business or whether you've engaged with them before. And the AI tool is going to suggest how you respond. Everybody, this last one is kind of earth shaking in my view. We've got a monthly lead program that's going to be part of Lev AI. Now, I want to slow down a little bit. I think everything that we're doing is so unique and so different and very powerful. However, this one is all of those as well. How many of you have enrolled people into the business? I want to see your hands here now. How many of you have enrolled people in the business and then they get so excited, but then they just get scared and they sit there and they don't do much. I mean, they were so excited to get in the business, but then when it's actually time to go open their mouth and talk to somebody, they just can't figure out how to get the words out of their mouth. I've met hundreds, if not thousands of those kinds of people over the years as I've traveled around the world building these types of businesses. Now imagine if I could have said to one of those people, or of you, because I see a bunch of you raising telling me that that's the truth. What if they could have some leads that they could practice with and they could learn how to use the Lev AI tools on real leads, real people, but they don't know. They don't know these people, so there's no fear involved. It's a lead. Of course, I would love for you to convert every single one of those leads, right? That would be empowering, major belief building when those leads are actually converted. But if not, you'll gain the expertise and experience using the Lev AI solution so that when you are ready to talk to one of the people on your list, you're going to be confident and know how to use the technology and be much, much more successful with your candidates. We are so excited for you to see all of these. Like I said, I promised we'd be on this week and that I would give you updates. Today, the updates happen to be about the comp plan, and we're going to get to the comp plan in 2 seconds here, okay, everybody? But I'm hoping that our next update has some product tutorials so that you can actually see how the tools are working and be as excited about them as I am. One of the best features in all of Lev AI is your AI twin. Now, Larry, while I'm talking about this, if you're able to put your camera on, I'll ask you to say something here. Man, what Larry, by the way, I know Larry. I didn't even know Larry was involved in Lev AI, everybody. I know Larry from, a long time ago, and I was looking through the enrollment lists, and man, I see this guy's enrolled like 10 pages of people. And I'm like, oh my God, Larry's in this business. I can't wait to build this business with Larry. I didn't even know. And Larry's a twin. And since Larry has an actual twin, I wanted him to come on and speak about our twin as well. Um, wow, what a powerful tool. You're going to have everybody who enrolls in the company is going to have their own AI twin. Let me tell you why this is so important. Your AI twin looks like you, it talks like you, it interacts like you. It's got your same tendencies. It's really quite amazing. Here's the difference. Your AI twin can speak in 150 different languages. Now, I'm lucky. I'm able to speak 3 languages pretty well. Um, I can now be replicated in 150 languages. Are you kidding me? I've just dropped down the barriers of doing international business, of spreading my message and my product around the world with the snap of a fingers. You can be relevant in any country around the world. Well, 150 languages. So since Larry's a twin, I wanted to have some fun with him. And since Larry's built worldwide organizations as well, and I can tell you, man, he is excited to get his hands on that twin. Larry texts me like every day. He's like, Blake, you told me we were going to do a demo, and I just want to get it out there. Larry, it's coming, bud, but tell me why you're excited about the twin.
Yeah, I always say that identical twins, we're the original AI. And just me and my brother, I mean, I went to school, I took all of his algebra exams. We've done that. I've given him speeding tickets. We just literally a week ago, we were flying to Utah and we both walked up to the Clear machine because we've got Clear and we both read Larry Lane. So he read my exact, and we literally, the guy at Clear, he's like, I don't know what to do. And he had to walk us both through together, but we were both reading as my face. So, but I'm excited. I've got teams on here in Vietnam. I've worked with teams in Russia just to be able to take your business and actually have, because I use translators and things like that to communicate with my Vietnamese team, but to be able to program something into my AI twin, have it speak in Vietnamese, this is absolutely game changing. There's people that want to open their business in Spanish markets, they want to open their business in French markets. So this is going to be a huge tool. There's so much more than the AI twin, but that is one part that everybody's excited about because, again, a lot of times on these Zooms, a lot of people don't want to speak or they're nervous. You can literally just plug that right into the AI twin and have him build your business. And while you're sleeping, he's working. So I'm excited about it, Blake and Randy, and I'm glad to be here with you guys.
Awesome. Thanks, Larry. So we'll talk a little bit more about the twin because there's more about the twin to come here. But first, I want to walk through everybody through some of the features that you can all expect not too long from now. And I'll share a little bit about that here at the end that you're going to get in Lev AI. So first of all, everybody gets their own twin that can speak in 150 plus different languages. If your mind isn't thinking that your business just went from your backyard to the world, you please contemplate that idea because I think you literally can change how you think about scaling this business. You're going to get your personalized AI writing assistant. That's what we talked about, crafting the social posts. It doesn't, social posts is just the beginning. You're getting your own personalized AI writing assistant. Um, you get with the basic version of the software, one business profile, that'd be for Lev AI. You can, if you go with the pro package, you're going to be able to get multiple businesses so that you can, again, businesses talk differently and speak differently and have different demographics and have different customer targets. AI power can bring that together for you. It's not going to be the same for every profile. They'll all be different. If you want access to multiple profiles, you ought to be looking at the pro package. By the way, we're really excited about the pricing that we're going to come to market with. I'm not quite ready to share those with you, but this is everybody, this is going to be inexpensive, and you're going to have access to a really, really phenomenal set of tools. Okay, you're going to get AI-powered social growth and engagement. You're going to get the CRM with the screenshot growth and engagement, like I showed you on my phone, where you can easily import your social profiles. You're going to get the ability to build, if you purchase the pro version, the instant website builder with an enhanced CRM and searchable prospects. Man, it goes on and on. This last set, though, I think we've got a slide for it very next. We haven't decided yet when we're going to let people have access to this next feature. Right now, it's by invitation only. There's an interactive version of your twin. Now, that is pretty powerful. In other words, you could be sitting here, you could be asleep in the United States, and if your teammate in Russia wants to talk to you, or the Ukraine, or Vietnam, or China, or let your mind have some fun for a moment. They'll be able to have a conversation with your AI avatar real time. Now, this gets a little bit different. I'm like, I can think of lots of people that I've ran into in my career and partnered with and done business with who have vast libraries of information on the web that you can use all of that information to build a really, really robust avatar. Now, if you're, however, if you don't have any collateral or history on the web, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to create a really robust interactive avatar, because what would it pull from? This isn't generic, everybody. This would be your answers as if you're speaking them, right? Not some generic answer. That's not nearly as cool. So be thinking about that. That tool is going to be available. Do you have the content? Have you created the content in order to support your own interactive AI avatar in over 150 languages? If you have, this tool can completely change your value proposition and what you bring to the marketplace and the future of your business. Everyone, I'm telling you, we have been working for quite some time on bringing this tool to market. I think our competitive advantage is that it's all encompassed in one very simple to understand platform that you acquire access to when you become a Lev AI partner. Right now, part of the challenge with the AI space, it's great. There's new stuff every single day, and people can get really, really excited about it, as you all know. But man, it seems like you got to have this tool to make a video, and you got to have this tool to build a PowerPoint, and you got to have that tool to do Chat GPT, and you got to have this one to build a website, and you got to have this tool to do whatever it is that you want to do. And man, before you know it, you got like 10 or 15 different subscriptions. And the problem is none of them work together. None of them talk together. And you have to pay for all of them separately to different companies. Man, that gets way too confusing and complex for small businesses, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and sidepreneurs, doesn't it? I mean, think about it. We're going to have one place where it's all encompassing. We've got this amazing tool set to help you prospect, grow your customer list, engage with your future customers, engage with your current customers, and scale an international business, all with one login and one low price per month, and the ability to share it with other people and start a business. That's crazy. I literally can't wait. Here's the market opportunity, everybody. The social entrepreneur side of business is growing massively. There's a $556 billion gig economy. It's projected to grow to 2.15 trillion in the next 8 years. There are 70 million freelancers in this country. There are 30 million non-employer businesses. Everybody, please start thinking right now. We are literally a matter of weeks away from launching this company. So start thinking about it right now. Every single affiliate in the world, and I'm not talking about direct selling affiliates right now. I'm talking about affiliates. It's a whole nother world from direct sales. Every single affiliate if you understand the power of this tool, you're going to be thinking about them and thinking about how you can introduce it to them. Or you don't even have to, because AI inside of Lev AI is going to tell you how to do that. You just have to be willing. Um, every single agent, real estate agents, insurance agents, small businesses, online marketers, influencers, these people would all massively benefit from Lev AI's tools. You will massively help them to succeed, and you'll take away barriers from their business if you just make the introduction and show them how to use these tools. Again, one of the things that I'm most excited for as we roll out is to hear customer stories. I want to hear your stories too. I don't want you to take this the wrong way. I can't wait to hear our customer stories because I think they're going to be powerful. Okay, everybody, here we are to the main event. We're going to talk about the compensation plan last night. I promised you that this week we would get on and we would share updates about our business, Lev AI. And for this week, we've chosen to update about the comp plan. Last week, I was very, very generic in terms of what the compensation plan looked like. Today, I'm going to give you all of the details. By the way, while I'm going through this, everybody, there is a feature down here called chat. And I think if you leave a question there, I've got a team of people working with me on the other end. And if there are some relevant questions, and if we've got a few minutes at the end, I will come back and try to answer them. Note, your questions are not going to show up in the chat box down here, but it's being monitored by the team. Okay, acquisition bonus. This is our first bonus in the Lev AI comp plan. When you sign up a partner or a member, by the way, we're calling customers members in this company. And the reason why we're doing that is because most online subscriptions are called memberships. So whenever you sign up a partner or a member, you will earn a 30% acquisition bonus and a 20% first month commission. In other words, 50% of the price is going right back into your pocket. That is a generous bonus. You know, one of the things I'm really excited about is affiliates. Affiliates don't know how badly the marketplace treats them. You know, they usually get paid like a 20% bonus for an order that one of their customers might make, and that's all they ever get. They get it once. We're talking about a 50% bonus the first time and a 20% ongoing every single month your customer orders, you get paid. That is powerful. It's right on the front end of the compensation plan. Super, super simple to understand. Go build a boatload of customers because there's going to be a lot of demand for this product. So we're keeping everything in Lev AI very, very, very simple. We're trying our hardest to stay away from terms like CV or GV or any of those things. No, it's sales. We're going to do sales volume. And so you're not going to see any of these, hopefully not any of these things in our compensation plan. So if you sell something and it costs $100, you can get $50 back. That's just how simple it is. That's how simple it works. There's no sort of conversion. It's just sales. We're going to talk about sales and customers in the company. So we're not going to be, reducing any sort of, CV or anything like that. It's just, dollars in, dollars out. I already mentioned this. On an ongoing basis, you earn 20% of the price your customer pays for the product. So long as their subscription is active, you are earning every single month. That's how it goes. I think we're going to have masses and masses of customers in this company, and that's going to be great for all of you, all of our salespeople, because every time they order, you earn, and you earn a healthy percentage on there. Okay, rank qualifications. Everybody, as we go through the comp plan, please just remember this page right here, because what the comp plan pays depends on what your rank is. So we have designed a compensation plan that has 8 different ranks. You can achieve rank by building legs. The different ranks will require different amounts of legs. So the first rank, here they are right here, is called partner, then lead partner, advanced partner, mentor partner, so on and so forth. You can read them all here. You can read here the number of legs that are required at each rank. So to be a lead partner, for example, you need 1 leg with $250 in it of sales volume and 2 active members. That would make you a lead partner. For an advanced partner, you would need 2 legs with $500 in them and to active members, and so on and so forth. So kind of remember that criteria as we go through the rest of this here. The first way that we pay is a unilevel payout. The first way that we pay outside the acquisition bonus is a unilevel commission payout. So this is rank dependent. If you're a lead partner, for example, you are going to earn that 20% that we talked about right there on level 1. And then you're going to earn 4% on level 2. If you're an advanced partner, you can earn 3 levels. And by the way, everybody, we have tried to keep this super, super, super simple. So you can see you get paid 20% on your first level, and you get paid 4% on every single level after that up to level 8s. By the way, everybody, we're using dynamic compression in the compensation plan. That means if there's an inactive account, everyone is moved up so you can get paid, not miss out on a spot if somebody happens to be inactive for that month. The dynamic compression is real time. It's updated constantly. So really, really simple to understand. Make sure you've got your eye on the next target. Understand what you got to do to get to that next place so that you can keep increasing your levels of earning. As you advance in rank, you unlock more levels to be able to earn on. All right. This next component is called the leverage match bonus. You can get paid for helping your team to succeed. That's the whole point here, right? We want our customers to succeed because we give them a great product that really helps scale their business. And we want the people that we bring into our business to also become very, very successful salespeople, garner a lot of customers, and earn lots of money. That's the whole point. So you're going to get paid as they get paid. You're going to earn a check match on your personally enrolled distributors. Notice this table is not the unilevel table. This table is based on your personal sponsorship and within 4 degrees of yourself. So if you're a director, you're going to earn 4% of your personally referred directors, and so on and so forth throughout the plan. You can earn 4% on every single person that you ever enroll in the company down to 4 levels deep. I have watched lots of compensation plans. If you help people to succeed, there is a lot of money to be made there. They call this a leadership business for a reason, a sales leadership business. If you help people to become really, really, really successful salespeople, you ought to be able to leverage that for yourself. You're going to be part of that process. And if you do, you're going to get a leveraging bonus that matches their pay, a certain percentage of it. Okay, next down is the last way that the company pays, and it's called infinity bonus. Now, I invited Randy on here because, I understand compensation plans really, really well. But when we sat down and were mapping out the Lev AI compensation plan, we had a couple internal requirements. We wanted to keep it super simple. You sell something, you get paid. That's our acquisition bonus. You can get paid on the unilevels, depending on your rank. That's pretty simple. We wanted to be able to match people's bonuses. And we put these all together with a handful of really, really successful direct sellers. Randy was on that sort of team that helped to craft these simple bonuses that we put together. And this next one is called an infinity bonus. I'm going to ask Randy to explain it because he can do a much better job than I can at it. And so, Randy, over to you. Microphone's not turned on.
Blake, thank you very much. And first, I want to say I couldn't be more pleased with everything you have described and the way that you have described it. Folks, just a couple of exclamation points before I talk about the infinity payout. First, Blake said this is a cash-based comp plan. And so when you saw 20% on Gen 1, remember that a person did not spend $10 to get 7 volume points to get later with the comp plan. When Blake talked about 4% through the next 7 generations, remember that there was no artificial dilution from the cash price in until out. And so those numbers, frankly, can appear a little bit overstated unless you factor that in, a little bit understated until you factor that in. Then, what are the requirements of a compensation plan? It is to, first of all, to provoke correct behavior. What is the correct behavior? Some people say, already the best behavior is to teach people. Well, if we don't recruit anybody, who will we teach? And so the first behavior that should be provoked is to enroll new members. A 50% acquisition bonus is remarkable, or 50% payout. And remember, this is also unique in the fact that when a direct sales commission or an acquisition bonus is paid, that doesn't change the fact that all of the money still goes into the comp plan. That's why there's a combination of acquisition bonus and first month's commission that add up to that total 50% return on the entry fee. That's the first thing that should be provoked and properly rewarded. And we go down the line. What is one thing that must be rewarded? I hear the word leader is used a lot, and I think the word leader is overused. I think a leader is a scarce, rare, and precious commodity. I think that true leadership is very, very rare. And one of the things a comp plan must do is identify a true leader. A true leader would be identified in the comp plan as one who had reached the top of it, being a diamond with those various leg requirements. In a unilevel, it's not at all unusual for the volume to run down very, very fast. In fact, we have people who got involved in our company 3 days ago that have volume on their 20th level today. That's great. That's not bad. How does the volume work? Imagine this block of volume, a square, not a pyramid. Imagine a square. As many people as you personally enroll, that's generation one. You'll fully qualify for everything in the comp plan with only 5 legs. You can have as many wide as you want, and you'll get paid 20% on all first generation volume. Then 4%, again, 4% of cash through the next 7 generations. But now suddenly that block of volume ends. What happens? Well, you got paid 4% on Gen 8. You remember that? What happens on Gen 9? You still get paid 4% because there are 4 percentage points available in infinity payout. If you don't yet have someone at the first significant leadership rank called director in that vertical progression, then when Gen 9 comes along, you'll just keep on getting paid that same 4%. And that will keep getting paid indefinitely until it intersects the first leadership rank of director. Then that director will get 1 point, you'll get 3. It goes on. Someone becomes the next leadership rank. They get 2, you get 2. The point is this: a true leader is incented to work indefinitely, never stopping, working deeper and deeper and deeper in depth until that next true leader is identified. That being identified by what? By being at the top of the compensation plan. And so true leadership is incented to work deep in depth. That assures that the legs don't collapse. They don't act like accordions or yo-yos. They get deep and deeper and deeper. The compensation plan that's been described by Blake and that I tried to amplify here just a tiny bit provokes correct behaviors, rewards those behaviors, overcomes many of the challenges the industry has faced. It's about as good as it gets. Thanks, Blake.
All right. I want to thank Randy and Larry for being willing to contribute on our session tonight. I'm very, very happy. One of the things that we're going to do as a company is, we're going to come out with a stellar product that's great for customers. And also, what we're going to do is we're going to live up to our word. If we say something, we mean it. We're not going to do things that other network marketing companies have probably done before, and you've probably been a part of it and you've seen it. We're not going to be charging your credit cards before your product is ready. We're just not going to do that because I don't think it's the right thing to do. We are going to do what we say we're going to do. We promised an update this week. We promised, and we've delivered it to you, the full compensation plan. Within a matter of days, you're going to see this presentation posted to your back office so that you can use it yourself. You're going to see the full compensation plan also posted to the back office. We're going to create a document section there where you can access these documents. I'm hoping, now notice the word hope. We're going to come out with our next update when it's ready. I'm hoping it's going to be next week. And I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to show you through some of the products. Everybody, I said it before, we are a matter of weeks away. I'm going to stay committed to my 2 to 6 week timeline here. I think we're going to be on the lesser end of 2 to 6 weeks, just so you know. Things are going really, really well. I get lots of messages from a lot of you asking me, hey, why don't we have this or why don't we have that yet? Please know, there are literally thousands of tasks going on in the back office right now. We're programming a compensation plan. We're configuring all of our payments in from around the world. I mean, literally nearly every country around the world, where we can take payments, where we can pay commissions out. I mean, there is a lot of work going on right now so that when we launch the company, it's going to work for you and you're not going to be frustrated. That's so, please, if you're, if you think that we ought to have, our scheduled emailers going out, yes, we know. And we're going to get to that. Right now, we are programming the back end so that when we launch the company, the platform will deliver for you. So, couple concluding questions here. Are you ready to lead the future with AI? Because I am. I can see it, I can taste it, I can feel it. I know how it's going to impact your business. I will say now is the time. By the way, thank you for putting this slide up. We made a massive improvement in our business overnight last night. I don't know how many of you noticed. If you noticed, give me a clap or something down there. Multi-language support now available in the back office. So you can now, when you send around your link, it can be translated into, I think, 7 or 8 different languages at this point. We're going to be adding more languages. Use this tool. I know you have teams around the world because I know some of you. We have some, everybody, I want you to know, in a matter of about less than a week now, we have enrolled thousands of people into this company. That's because of the power of leadership that we've got, of sales leadership that we have in the company, but it's also because people know that AI is the future. And I'm telling you, it's not just AI is the future, everybody. We have a really, really narrow focus on how we want to implement AI so that you can be massively successful. We are going to target, once again, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, sidepreneurs, affiliates, influencers, agents, small businesses, and we're going to create a tool suite that will help them to make their list, to have a list that continues to grow in front of them at all times, to understand how to engage with those customers at every single point of engagement. And that is going to massively impact their businesses. Everyone, we're making plans based on you. So here's the important thing. We need to know who you are in order to make those best plans. We want to understand best where we think where's going to be the biggest international markets so that we can provide the best services in those markets. If you haven't yet, please, we got the enrollment flow up about a week ago very, very quickly. And it's my fault. I neglected to get some of the things into that enrollment flow that would have helped us identify where the major markets are going to be. We wanted to get it up. We were so excited to get it up. So go log in. If you haven't yet, made your profile or updated your profile, go submit your profile and complete your profile. We want to know where you are, particularly if you're in an international market, so that we can be evaluating, okay, where's our biggest customer bases coming from? Where's our sales force coming from? So that we can make sure we're prepared to deliver in your marketplace, wherever that may be. Everybody, we're still in an exclusive pre-enrollment opportunity. I already gave you the time frame. I don't need to repeat it. I think you all heard it. We're making massive, massive progress here as we move forward. I'm going to check and see if there were any text messages sent that maybe I should respond to. I don't see anything here. So everyone, as soon as I've got a new update that is firm and something to show you that's detailed, we will schedule our second company webcast. And I'm hoping that it is in the very, very near future, like within a week. You'll know because you'll get an email from us, and I can't wait to share more. We are pedal to the metal to get this company off the ground so that you can get started. Everybody, I want you to know we're humbled about the incredible enthusiasm there is for the products and the company. We're humbled that you are with us. We are as well with you, and we are moving very, very quickly to deliver the opportunity of a lifetime to everyone here that is involved. Everybody, make it a great week. While the enrolling is free, go get people inside the business. Everybody knows AI is coming. We're going to have a very specific focus and deliver an incredibly impactful product. Make sure that everybody is part of it. Everybody, until next time, have a phenomenal night. Thank you so much for joining us tonight and spending time with us tonight. I hope it's been impactful for you. I hope you've learned about the comp plan. If not, we're going to be posting the documentation there, and I'm sure your upline leadership is going to be following up and doing trainings on the comp plan now that we have fully launched it. Everyone from San Diego, California, good night, and we'll see you soon.